yeah. Beyond the vow, where the truth gets real. Faith and love, yeah, that's the deal. WC and Maria, bringing that glow. Tuesday nights is the show you gotta know.
Love ain't a moment, it's a movement we found. Beyond the vows, where the real talk sounds. From single to married, decades deep. Together we rise, where the promise is key.
Lessons and laughter, faith in the mix. Every story a bond, every challenge a fix.
SKST,
Tune in, don't be late.
7 p.m.
Fan trip,
Let's elevate. So come vibe.
Good evening.
Hey.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good afternoon. It just depends on when they're watching this. You know?
True.
Yeah. For us, it's good evening because it is Tuesday night and the Browns are back with Beyond the Vows.
Woo-hoo!
And man, I know we've been away for a few weeks. I had pneumonia. And then we went away for our anniversary and Maria's birthday.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to tell y'all about that a little later. I'm going to give you the PG-rated versions of what we did on our staycation. It was wonderful. Wasn't it, baby?
It was, absolutely.
Yes, did it. I don't know if you ever heard Maria speak in tongue, but But anyway, welcome to Beyond the Vows. We're so glad to be. I'm your host, W.C. Brown.
I'm Maria Brown.
And Maria Brown. And our disclaimer is we're not experts. We're just married. So anyway, so we've been away for a minute, but we're so glad to be back.
Absolutely.
And we're so happy that the head honcho in charge, the camster, keeps things rolling.
Yes,
here
absolutely.
At SKST Radio Podcast Studios here in the beautiful city of Virginia Beach, Virginia. So you all ought to come be. So listen, since we were on here last, my Knicks, they have won the championship. They are the NBA champions. I just could not be happier. I'm telling you, I've been waiting 53 years for my Knicks to do what they did. And it was just wonderful. It was just wonderful. Yes, indeed. And baby, I want to thank you for every night that you allowed me to watch the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, because you was getting into it too. So that was cool too. So anyway, so listen, we have a sponsor, and we've been talking a lot about our deafchildhope.org, deafchildhope.org. This is our baby. This is our mission, is to get, we want to work on getting 1,000 children sponsored through deafchildhope.org. These children are all over the world. They are deaf and they are in poverty. Mm-hmm. So we want y'all to start going to that website and start to sponsor a child for as little as $43 a month. We waste that at McDonald's.
Better know it.
You know, Burger King, all them places. These children need your help. So sacrifice that greasy hamburger or that greasy chicken or that bean burrito. Sacrifice that for this beauty. Look at those children. Look at that beautiful smile. And that is a sign for I love you. So he's doing that in advance because we know that you all will go to deafchildhope.org and sponsor one of these great children. So anyway, every week, you know, we look at each other and we're like, so what are we going to talk about tonight, hon? You know, and a lot of times we may not even prepare because I love it when we talk about things that are just on our hearts. You know what I'm saying? Off the cuff. Mm-hmm. But I we're getting ready to go on a trip. We're going to Atlanta, Georgia, on Thursday, July the 16th. Especially if some of you all are binge watching our podcast, to the Gospel Choice Music Awards. And we have our choir, we have been nominated Song of the Year, Choir of the Year, and we're actually going to be performing on the show on Saturday, July 18th. Yep. So we are so excited to be doing that together. And we have an awesome room at the hotel. We got a dining room. We got a dining room table in the room with a couch.
It's a suite.
It's a suite. It's a suite for my sweets. That's right. So speaking of sweets, so we go to our vacation. See, you don't have to go far to have fun. Am I right?
True.
Yeah. So our anniversary was June 30th. No, our anniversary was June 28th.
Well, hold up. How you forget the anniversary?
Our anniversary was June 28th, which was a Sunday. And we went and stayed at a great hotel down on the beach, Virginia Beach Boardwalk. It was so nice. Surf break. It was wonderful. Okay. Shameless plug for Surf Break. We had a beautiful room, had that nice sofa sitting in front of the TV, had that nice balcony. So then we went to, I took her to a restaurant.
Oh, yes.
And the food
Catch 31?
Catch 31. The food was insane. What'd you have?
I had the blackened bourbon. Yeah, blackened bourbon salmon with asparagus and garlic mashed potatoes. Woo!
Yeah, she did that because she really wanted to drink. So instead of getting a drink, she had it put on her fish.
You know, goodness, well, I do not drink like that. I don't like anything brown.
You know brown liquor?
No, I don't.
Brown was on your fish? But it was good. And I had the lobster primavera, which was, oh man, it was so good.
The food was immaculate. The atmosphere was absolutely breathtaking right there off the water. It was just, everything was just so fresh. And then we had the crab dip.
Oh, the lobster crab dip.
Oh
man,
God.
That was some, and the pita bread. Man, that thing was some kind of good.
It was. Yes, and I love the attention that they gave everyone. And it was like the chef that made the food brought the food to you.
Yes, exactly.
And I'm telling you, he put his foot, his toes, his fingernails, all that in there. It was so good. Oh my God. And just absolutely fresh.
I thought I might have saw a toenail in there.
Well, come on.
But it was good. So if you ever come down to the beach, go to Catch 31. It is very good.
And it's located inside, what hotel was that?
Was
it Hilton? I think so.
Anyway, it was great. It was great. And then we went back to the room. Because it rained too a little bit.
Yeah, it did.
It rained too bad. We went back to the room.
But the weather was pretty nice. It wasn't too hot.
Yeah.
It wasn't too cold. It was just perfect.
Yeah, child. Yep. And then she went back to the room and she put on this naughty nighty.
Well, they don't say that.
Naughty nighty.
So you're always trying to put me on the spot right here on this.
But it was naughty. I tell you, like the baker told the donut, you look delicious. We did. Anyway, we ended the night on a real high note. It was so wonderful. Then the next day, we went to Ocean Breeze, the water park. And I think we laid on those cots.
Yeah.
And went to sleep.
Yeah,
but you know what I really didn't like?
What?
That funnel cake.
I'm not trying to be funny, but normally when you go to places like that, you're looking, to get something decent.
Especially the price you paid.
None of it was decent. None of it. Shame on you, Ocean Breeze. Terrible. It was not good. It was too hard, cold.
Yeah.
Don't nobody want anything like that.
We're not doing that anymore.
Never.
But that was great. And we went to, we had a great breakfast. We went to.
Mm-hmm. We
It was
did.
good. Then we checked out that Tuesday morning because Tuesday was her birthday.
Mm-hmm.
And my baby just turned 56, and she looks delicious.
Oh my God.
She looks delicious.
Why do
Yes,
you have
she
to
does.
tell? A woman don't like it when a man tells the
No.
age.
It says a woman doesn't like to tell her age. So that means
It
a man
doesn't
can
matter.
tell. I mean,
No. How old are you? 73?
No, I'm 66 and
Oh my
proud of it.
God. Whatever. And you didn't tell me that you was going to tell my age.
Oh,
In front of-
it just,
No.
This is the part of the
No.
This is the part of what we do.
No, it's not. No.
That's not planned.
No.
That's why our show was so good.
No. And then you put it on social media as well.
I did.
Yes, you did.
Oh,
And you didn't even ask me.
oh.
No.
I'm telling you, I'm proud of her age. I'm proud of my age. But it was great. So I had her believing that
A lie.
it wasn't a lie. I just said that I wanted to plan your birthday this year because the kids do it every year. So I just told the kids, let me pick the restaurant, let me do the planning, and y'all just come. So that wasn't a tale or a tall tale or even a short tale. So we're driving, and she's like, "Where are we going?"
He said it was going to be a nice romantic place. You all know where we went to. Maggie McFly's.
But I was trying to be conservative with the price. But she walked in, and all the kids were there. Sharice was there. You know, we surprised her, and she was just so surprised. So, and I did tell them how I did this year on your gifts.
You see me bat my eyes.
Tell them.
Better than he's ever in his whole life. How about that?
Yes.
Oh my God. Better than he's ever had in his whole life.
Because guys, you have got to listen. So one Sunday morning,
Wait a minute, hold it. You're telling the people that they got to listen, but this is your first time getting it right.
I'm telling you, you got to listen. Because one Sunday we were going to church. She had her little makeup brushes, and she was like, "Oh, I'm so sick of this brush. Oh, I need some new brushes." Ding dong, in my head. I got her new brushes for her birthday. And you said, what'd you say about those brushes?
Oh, wow. You know, I never told him what type of brushes that I need. Of course, you know how us women are. We need a brush for everything: eyeshadow, foundation, concealer, blush, highlights, and all that good stuff. And he got me like the whole set, y'all. I mean, and the brushes are very nice and soft, and they blend very well. And thank you. Yes. So they blend very well. I was so excited about it. And then he also got me the things, that go on your arm when you're putting your makeup on and when you washing your face in the morning so that the water won't, get all over you.
What was that at?
That was inside of that.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It was inside of that packet.
Yeah.
And another thing, this little headband thing that you can pull your hair back, to get the hair from your face when you put your makeup on.
That was in there too?
Yeah, all that.
Oh,
all
I
that
really
was
did the
in there.
thing.
He didn't know what it was doing. He just picked it up. That's all that is.
Well,
You didn't know what you was doing. You didn't know what
it
you
looked good on the paper, so I just went and bought it. But I did well.
Yeah,
And
he
then you
did
got
well.
some smell me nice stuff.
Oh, yes. Oh, my God. Thank God I'm not smelling like fruit cocktail and all that other stuff.
Peach cobbler and all that.
I
Yeah.
can't get down with that.
Yeah.
But it was all good, though.
I did well this year.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to keep the streak going.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
'Cause I did well for Mother's Day too. You got your makeup bag.
Oh, yeah. Yep, you sure
So
did.
y'all listen to the little hints. When they say something, then you show up with it. Because you ain't got to get them all the extravagant stuff, you know what I'm saying? Just get them what they asked for or what they're lacking.
Mm-hmm.
And that works well.
It does.
This been a fun few. And then, of course, I ended up with the pneumonia for a few days. So that was hard. So, but anyway, So I do have another show. I have a music video show, Diverse City on another network, and I just went over 2 million viewers
Oh, that's good.
on my show. I'm back in the top 10. So I'll send that somewhere, and y'all can look at that. But anyway, so humor is our son has been calling me. He's been calling me, and he said, "Dad, I got a joke for you." And I don't know if y'all have ever heard of the dad jokes. Some of these dad jokes, they're true. They're stupid, but they're true. Okay? It's funny. So he and I have been going back at it. He'll call me, I'll call him, tell him a dad joke. He'll tell me a dad joke. Or I'll text him a dad joke. He'll text me a dad joke. So it's just gotten really funny. So this segment is what happens when your spouse tries to tell a joke and the other spouse doesn't laugh. What do you do? Okay? So I'm going to say that. So why couldn't the bicycle stand up by itself?
I don't know.
Because it was too tired. Too tired. Get it? Too tired. Okay. Oh, I used to play the piano by ear, but now I use my hands. Thank you.
Delayed reaction.
What do ghosts wear on their feet?
I don't know, Will.
Boots.
Lord Jesus.
Oh, that was really fun. That was really funny. Okay. Oh, did you hear about the cheese factory that exploded?
No.
There was nothing left but debris. Oh, you'll love this one. Why did the tomato turn red? Why did the tomato turn red?
I don't know.
Because it saw the salad dressing. The salad dressing. The salad dressing.
Oh my God. Have mercy on us, Lord.
Woo! Look, I said to my wife, your underwear is too tight and revealing. She said, wear your own then. Oh, here's another. You'll love this one. What do sprinters eat before they race?
I don't know.
Nothing. They fast. Oh, you really love this. What do you call a pig that practices karate?
I don't know.
A pork chop. Oh. So
this is what I have to live with every day.
So what do y'all do when you tell a joke and your spouse doesn't laugh? Do you try to go along with it, or just like you actually say that's not funny? Oh, but especially if they're really sincere. That's oxymoron, sincere trying to tell a joke. But when I'm trying to get you to laugh, and should a spouse laugh just for the sake of laughing?
I'm just smiling.
No, I'm asking you a question. Should they join in with the, oh baby, that's funny, and encourage
if
them,
it's funny,
encourage them to be
even more funnier.
No, encourage them to be, like a comedian. So if I wanted to be a comedian in real life, which I have been, I've done shows, but so if I wanted to share that with you, would you be honest with me and say, baby, you go ahead and get on stage, or baby, you need to sit in the audience?
Yes, I would tell you the truth.
You would?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Because it's right to tell you the truth. Because I don't want you to embarrass yourself or me.
Oh, so you be looking out for me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. That was pretty good. All right. So here are some married jokes. Okay. Oh, marriage is like going to a restaurant. and this is not us, but these are just marriage jokes. You order what you want, then when you see what the other person has, you wish you had ordered that.
Okay, that's what marriage is about.
I'm just reading the joke.
Okay.
I didn't come up with that. I just so why are husbands like lawnmowers?
Why?
They're hard to get started, emit foul odors, and don't work half the time.
Oh.
You laugh. You was gonna laugh at that.
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay. What is the penalty for bigamy?
A butt whooping.
2 mother-in-laws. This says, my wife says, I can join your gang, but I have to be home by 9. The other says, my wife, she renewed me for another season. Ooh. Wow. Oh, so the wife says, our new neighbor, y'all always complaining about what other people are doing. Mm-hmm. So the wife says, our new neighbor always kisses his wife when he leaves for work. Why don't you do that? And what do you think he said?
I don't know. What did he say?
How can I? I don't even know her.
Cammy, did you really think that was funny? Oh, okay.
Look, this says marriage is when a man and a woman become one. The trouble starts when they try to decide which one.
I can just shake my head.
You shake your head.
Oh my God.
Look, marriage is quite similar to uninstalling all the apps on your phone except keeping the useful ones. Some of these I didn't read beforehand.
I see.
I should have read some of these before I read.
Amen.
I asked my wife why she keeps looking at our marriage license. To that she replied, I wonder if there's an expiration date just like every other license. Okay. Oh, so okay. Now I'm gonna tell a story. Okay. Oh no, we're gonna tell that one. A man goes to the doctor, concerned about his wife's hearing. The doctor says, "Stand behind her and say something, and tell me how close you are when she hears you." The man goes home, sees his wife in the kitchen, cutting carrots on the countertop. About 15 feet away, he says, "Honey, what's for dinner?" Nothing. He gets halfway to her and repeats the same question. Nothing. Very concerned, he gets right behind her and asks again, "What's for dinner?" She turns around and says, for the 3rd time, "Beef stew." Okay. So anyway,
Okay.
I think those were funny.
Okay.
Yeah. So humor, I mean, we talked about that before, how there are serious things you have to talk to.
Yeah.
But never lose humor. Okay? Never lose the humor part of your relationship because it keeps things lively. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because when you talk about doom and gloom all the time, it just gets on your nerves. Every time we got to talk about something serious. Every time I got to be Einstein trying to figure out this and figure out that and what formula goes with this and that. Y'all be fun. Y'all be fun. Make funny. Try to make up your own jokes. Go to a comedy club. I think we need to go to a comedy club. Here's some real funny people. Because you already know that I've been a comedian, and I think I'm going to go back on the road, the half road. I'll do a few shows here and there, like I used to back in the day. back in before I was with her, I did a lot of shows. You know, remember my Lizzie?
Yep.
Yep, my Lizzie. I dressed up like my great grandmother. I had a wig, dress on, boobies, and everything. And that was a real fun show. I miss doing that show. I actually just did that show last year or year before last.
Something like that.
Yeah, something like that. When they asked me, somebody had saw old recording or old tape of me back in New York, and they want me to do it here. So, and you helped me anyway. You helped me get my boobies on. And
No, I didn't.
yes, you did.
No, I didn't. Remember, we drove 2 separate cars.
Oh, so
Don't forget.
So what? My
I
boobies?
was somewhere else.
I was boobyless. I did it myself. Okay. But anyway, guys, y'all have fun. Okay, have fun in your relationship. So that being said, you've been doing something that's pretty cool, and we're trying to emulate what you're doing. Is sending during the day. Is sending messages.
Mm-hmm.
You know, memes, gifts, GIFs. You know, whatever. I guess they call them gifts.
Mm-hmm.
GIFs. You know,
Mm-hmm.
or just like maybe I'll text you a heart, or text you. I think one time I text you this face with the tongue stuck out. Let you know that was what you gonna get when you got home. Some tongue. You know, some like.
I sometimes don't even know what to say.
You know what it looked like. Anyway.
Oh my God.
And then it builds up that excitement when you're apart from each other, you know. Especially like you're at work and I'm doing what I'm doing. And, you know, when you do it, it's, foreplay. Foreplay, 5 play, one of them numbers, you know. And it builds up, you know. So by the time you come home, you're so excited to see each other, you know. Because y'all done played Twitchies during the day. Phone Twitchies. That your fingers did the walking.
Right.
Yes. And I never see when you do yours. You have magic fingers. Oh my God. Let me tell y'all something. We be laying in bed and we may hug. She would take them beautiful nails and she knows exactly where to scratch. Oh my God. It's the spirit of discernment. Hey, glory. She knows right spot to hit. You know, my time, especially under my shoulder blade, you know, you be hitting that on my back. You know? So when you have a spouse that does that, man, you got a gold mine. You know that? You got a gold mine. So,
I can do nothing but smile.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell one more story before we go to break. Says a woman shoots her husband for stepping on the clean floor. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Stepping on the clean floor. A police officer jumps into his squad car and calls the station. I have an interesting case here. He says a woman shot her husband for stepping on the floor she just mopped. Have you arrested her yet? Asked the sergeant. He said, not yet. The floor is still wet. He not trying to get shot.
Mm-hmm.
He's not. So anyway, here's another one. What did the one wall say to the other?
I don't know.
I'll meet you at the corner. I'll meet you at the corner. At the corner. Okay, last one for the night. Why do they call pirates pirates? They just are. They just are. Oh, listen, we're going to come back, and when we come back, Maria has something very profound she's going to talk about. It's on her, something she wrote or something she sent me like that. But it's very profound. And we'll be back here in a minute after this.
From the heart of the coast where the waves rise high, Bay magazine we lift and amplify stories of love, of strength, of pride, giving back, standing tall side by side. We are the rhythm, we are the voice, community rising, making bold choice. On short drive we shine, we soar, Bay magazine forever, evermore.
Been a SKST Radio Network production, powered by Street Grind Entertainment. Music by Beats by Bro. Filmed live at SKST Radio Network TV and Podcast Studios.
Again, thank you and welcome back to our show. And let me just do this disclaimer. Would you like to host your own podcast show? Ask us how. Okay? Mm-hmm. Ask us how. And that's the SKST Radio Podcast Studio. Interest and opportunities, in studio interviewers, host your own podcast show like us. You get a studio tour. There's volunteer opportunities. Mm-hmm. So contact Cammy Grayson, 757-319-4352, or email us at sksbooking@gmail.com. And also you can email us at beyondthevows.sksttv@gmail.com. Okay, we need to hear from you.
Yes,
all right,
absolutely.
So what you got, baby?
Well, I'm the more serious type. I am, and honey. Okay, so I'm the most serious type, and I know, it's not always good to always be serious, but it is sometimes. You gotta have time to laugh. You gotta have time.
Balance. You always talk about balance.
Right, exactly. To have a balance. And so I think in our relationship, I think I do bring a balance a little. Anyway, well, this gentleman that's on Facebook that I follow. His I think his name of his media pages, Life's Good. I think that's what that is. And he always sends something encouraging for couples. And it makes me really, sit down and to really, really think. And my husband and I, we just celebrated our 13th wedding anniversary. So we're so grateful to God for that. But guys, I don't know about you, but I've been married before. And I wish that I would have known everything about marriage, because when you first get into marriage, especially if you're very young, you don't really know a whole lot. You don't know how to really treat that man, and only thing is what you used to do when you were younger, and then you have to grow, then you have to mature, then you have to change some things, and then you got to be serious, you got to make good decisions, and then those decisions that you make will affect the rest of your life. So I kind of wish that I would have had some of these truths that was given, to me about marriage. And now, with us being married, I better understand what marriage is all about. It's nothing to take for granted. It's not a joke. You're talking about two lives coming together for one purpose. Whether you believe that you have a purpose or not, but God brings us together for a purpose, and that is to fulfill God's will in this land. But anyway, I'm going to read to you this, and it just blessed me so much. I sent it to my husband today because I wanted him to know these things. The title of it is "A Mature Relationship Isn't the One That Never Struggles. It's the one where two people decide that the relationship is more important than their egos. Where I'm sorry isn't a weakness. Where help me understand matters more than let me prove I'm right. Where hard conversations don't become threats to leave. They become opportunities to grow. because loyalty isn't tested when everything is easy. It's tested when you're frustrated, misunderstood, hurt. You still choose to respect over revenge. The strongest couples aren't the ones who never disagree. They're the ones who refuse to let temporary emotions destroy a lifetime of love. Real love isn't about finding someone perfect. It's about finding someone who's just as committed to protecting the relationship as they are protecting their own heart. Life's good. It's about to get better. Man, when I read that, it brings a tear to my eye like it is right now, because I kind of wished I would have known um, a little bit better of how to be a good wife. Sometimes we go into marriages thinking that we know what we're doing, Will.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes we think that we know it all, and we don't always know the right thing to do all of the time. That's why we have to be very careful and really begin to understand what a marriage is all about. What stuck out to you?
Yeah,
Will?
well, especially those of us who've been married before,
Mhm.
and bringing things into a new marriage that were done in an old marriage.
Yeah.
And it reminds me of the scripture about putting new wine in old
Oh,
wine
yeah,
skins.
yeah.
You just don't want to, put that in there,
Mm-mm.
because what worked in the first marriage may not work in the second,
True.
or what didn't work in the first doesn't mean it won't. I mean, it's trial and error,
Yeah.
and that's why I always say that counseling, especially couples who've been married before, I think counseling is the most. I mean, everybody should get counseling before marriage.
Yeah.
But those who have been married before, especially for a length of time,
Mm-hmm.
5, 6, 7, 10, 20 years, with one person,
Mm-hmm.
and then you're starting new,
Mm-hmm.
that's a long time to have a lot of habits,
Yeah.
have a lot of things that you're used to doing, that you're used to seeing,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just like second nature. That's what you do when you go into something new. And then as soon as you hit a brick wall, because that other person, spouse, has not ever seen that before, or they don't know how to handle that, that's when that breakdown starts.
But that's why it's so important that both husband and wife should be so open and honest with each other. If something is bothering you, and
Mm-hmm.
if there are even habits that you have that you haven't let go of, you need to be honest with that spouse so that they can understand, first of all, how to pray for you and with you.
Right.
Number two, how to help you conquer whatever that is that might be bothering you or affecting your marriage or affecting you mentally, spiritually, and naturally.
Mm-hmm.
Because honestly, y'all, whatever affects the couple, it trickles down to the children. So we got to be so extra careful at what we bring to the table, because what we bring to the table, we're feeding it to our children. It's not always necessarily good, but we got to understand what we're bringing, and understand that we have people that are looking at us. We have children that are following our lead, and we want them to be successful in their marriages and in their lives. Then we have to be successful in ours, knowing that everything is not peaches and cream. Everything is not perfect. I'm not saying that I'll never do anything wrong. Yeah, I get attitude. I get mad. Want to throw some stuff. Want to cuss somebody out. Yes, sir. Trust me. I want to do all that. But then I got to sit back and think, well, what is that going to profit me? That's just going to change my whole character. Even if I jump into something like that, that'll change who I am as a person. And I don't want my husband to see that side of me, because it wouldn't be good. It just wouldn't be good. And there's something that I don't want to bring. Don't ever want to bring But sometimes y'all, even when we get in the heat of the moment, frustrated or upset, even if you can't speak at that time, we do need to kind of back up, step away for a while, and then come back and talk about the situation. But when we talk about it, it should be to the point where you're willing to listen and I'm willing to listen.
Yeah.
You know.
But you know what stuck out to me most about what you said was that where I'm sorry is not a weakness.
Oh yes, it is not a weakness.
Not a weakness.
It's not.
And help me understand as
Yes.
opposed to let me prove my point.
Right, and that's what.
Man, that's powerful.
Because I don't know where we get it from, you all, but a lot of times we don't have to prove our point. Y'all may not understand, you may not agree with me, and that's okay. But I know for us, we don't have to prove anything. Only thing we got to do is sit down. We can talk about it. Because sometimes if you talk about it and get it off your chest, I know that's why I have to do. Sometimes I have to get it off my chest, and sometimes if I can't say it, I have to write it down. That helps me. What about you?
Yeah. And, well, you write a lot. I don't. But that's something what I may want to start doing. Just like we were supposed to write each other love letters for our anniversary, which you still haven't done. But it's okay. I didn't mind. But to see your face as we were at dinner, to see your face reading what I said to you, and that meant the world to me, to see how it touched you, what me expressing. And I guess sometimes I can express myself better when I write, but I'm not that type that when something happens, I need to write something down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I try not now. Sometimes, y'all, women can be a little emotional at times because of situations or because of things that come up. And I learned something about myself in the past couple of years. Sometimes I move too quick when it comes to my emotions, because sometimes when you move in emotions, you have to repent for stuff that you probably shouldn't have said. So that's something about it. I'm just being transparent and being honest. That's something that I had to learn about my own self. And you just don't know the many times that, I looked in the mirror at myself, even after, thinking the worst thing or wanting to do the worst thing, and how that made me feel. And I said, I need to make a promise to myself and a promise to God and to my husband that I wouldn't come out of character and do stuff like that, because it doesn't do anything but just make you look crazy. All right. It's just as simple as that, just make you look crazy, And another thing that he said was, where hard conversations don't become threats to leave, they become opportunities to grow. And I feel like in that opportunity, about that example that I just gave me the opportunity to grow. Because as you get older, the things you used to do in your 20s and 30s, you're not going to do them in your 40s and your 50s anymore, because you have matured in a whole lot of ways. But there's still some that have not matured and have not gotten in that place. And that's totally something that you have to do for your own self. You have to realize where you are, and if you see something that you don't like, change it.
Yeah, how you allow one disagreement destroy a lifetime of love and commitment.
Yeah. And I think sometimes you may agree with me, you may not. It's totally your call. But there has been times when we allow too much to happen, and it caused us to want to sell instead of stay and figure out what's going on, or get the weights out of the boat. All right. I don't understand. So we are willing to let go the love of our lives for that particular moment without even discussing or talking about what it is. I I don't know. I don't know why we get like that, but sometimes we do. I'm not saying that we are the masters of it, because we're not. We definitely are not perfect. We go through changes just like everybody else. We go through situations just like everybody else, but it's what you do with it. You know, how you want to move forward. You know, how you want to settle everything. How do I
Right.
love my husband better?
Right.
You know, how do I love myself better? You know, because a lot of stuff that we carry as we get older is stuff that we have not even been healed from in our past, or even in our present. And it's about time, y'all. It's time for us to heal and stop bleeding on everything that comes our way. You know, because it's just not pretty bleeding on something, and you causing your issues become somebody else's issues. No, that's not the way to be. And I love the other thing that he said, because loyalty isn't tested when everything is easy.
Easy. Right.
It's tested when you're frustrated, misunderstood, hurt, and you still choose respect over revenge. Ooh, ooh.
Yeah, because you have to commit to trying to get it. Well, I'm saying get it right. You have to commit to keeping it on track. Like you always say, nothing is perfect. There is no perfect marriage.
Mm-hmm.
But when you commit to keep working at it, you know, regardless of what happens here, what happens there, is that there's one focus. One focus is we got married for a reason.
Yeah.
That's to live together, die together, even one before the other, but to go through whatever we need to go through together.
Yeah.
That together, man, is probably one of the most misused words in the English language.
And another thing, Will, too, there are some things like, I like what you said. There are some things that we have to help each other through. So when you get married, you guys, you know, sometimes, you know, your spouse may have some things that they're dealing with. You have to help them to get through it. Now, that doesn't mean that, you know, that it's given, yeah, we should just do whatever we want, when we want to, how we want to, when we want to, keep hurting each other and keep blasting each other. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about two serious people that are committed in the relationship, when they mean what they say when they say it, and that they stand 10 toes down when they say it. That is honest and it's open, and being real about the situation, and not putting on the front, not playing no games in nobody's face or behind their back. I'm talking about that. That's what I'm talking about. You know, being real about the situation, not being afraid. You know, because yes, y'all, we're going to go through trials. We're going to go through tribulations. We're going to have some mountains. We're going to have some good days. We're going to have some bad days. We're going to have some sunny days, some easy days, some bad days, some difficult days, confused days. All those things are going to happen. But it's what you do when it comes. That's what matters.
It is. And yeah. And so what you all, what we do is, even if it's something that we haven't come up with ourselves, is always the internet, Google, all that stuff is so full of things that have been said that you may not be able to say. You know, and you may not be eloquent in your speech and how you want to express to your spouse how you feel, or you know, roses is red, violets are blue, blah blah blah. I love you. That kind, you know what I'm saying? It is really start just researching. It's no harm, you know. But when you can say things that are from your heart, that you really believe, and those things you're able to do that when you know your spouse. When you know what he, she likes, does not like, what makes them tick, what makes them happy, what makes them sad.
But you know what, Will? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. But one thing that is so important, we don't stop pursuing each other as we get older. And I know sometimes life be lifing, and we sometimes fall short in that area, but don't stop pursuing your spouse. Don't stop the date nights because you low on money.
Keep chasing her around the house.
You can always have a date night, and it doesn't always cost money. Sometimes you just got to put your time in.
Yeah.
It's about the quality time, and then the little things, y'all.
Be creative.
Yeah. Sometimes, Will and I sometimes will go on the porch in the backyard, and we'll sit and just let the wind blow through our hair, and just talk, or we'll go for ice cream, and we sit and we talk about, different things and all. And when you care about somebody and really care about them, you choose them every day.
Okay,
When you really love somebody and when you really care about somebody, you choose them. You
choose them every day.
Wow. And y'all think about it, because I try to put myself in the same situation. For those of you that are believers in Jesus Christ, how many times have we got on God's nerves? Let's just tell the truth. How many times have we forsaken his word? How many times have we been disobedient? How many times have we let God down? A lot of times. Number one, has he given up on us? Are you still here? Are the blessings of the Lord making you rich and he added no sorrow to it? Yep. Did he let you see another day? You still have a job and a roof over your head, right? And God still blesses you every day, right? So, and we're so hard on people that have sinned against God. We're not even looking at our own self. What have I done? We're always looking at somebody else and never looking back at our own self, checking our own self. Stop. Every time you point your finger, you got another finger pointing right back at you. So I want you to think about that. All the word of God, our bishop was talking about this on Sunday. All have sinned and fallen short when it comes to the things of God. But look at David. David, what did he do? He got the girl that he was so in love with pregnant while her husband was on the battlefield fighting. He actually planned to have this man killed so that he can have this woman. That is crazy. Who would even think something crazy like that? But God still used him. Okay? You got to think about stuff like that. Man, we could be set in our ways and so foolish and make the craziest mistakes in the world. And God still wants to use us. But we're not giving an excuse the reason why we keep doing stuff, because that's not how it's supposed to be. Right. If we make a mistake, ask God to forgive you quickly, get it right, and get up and try all over again. But like I said, don't use the same excuse to keep doing the same stuff all of the time, because then there's something really wrong. Because we can't keep walking like that. That's just no way to live.
Exactly. So, I mean, that's probably that's most powerful things. It all comes down to your favorite word.
What?
Communication.
Yeah.
You love communication.
I do.
Yeah.
It just helps so much, because my thing is, help me to understand you, because I may not understand in that particular moment, but if you talk to me, and if you talk to me nicely, I can hear you. You never have to raise your voice. You never have to call call me out of my name or anything like that. All you got to do is just talk to me, and I'm sure he feels the same way, and that works, y'all. It works. Well, remember what was those words that you used? It was an acronym. F.
Face.
What was that? F was what?
Faithful.
Yep, faithful. A was
Assessor.
no. A was be active.
Active.
Mhm.
Yeah, active.
And C was consistency.
Consistency.
And E was what?
Enthusiastic.
You sure wasn't? You don't even remember. You said encouragement. Remember?
Encourager. Yeah.
Lord,
I would see if you was, if you
No,
was paying
you
attention.
won't. No, you won't. Lord,
Yeah,
Jesus.
you was paying attention.
I know.
Yeah, I had to test you every now and then.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah, but
this is, honey, you have really blessed me tonight.
I did. How?
You have really blessed me tonight, baby.
I did.
Yes, I really appreciate you.
I appreciate you too.
Yeah.
Mm.
You sexy thing, you.
Boy.
Yes, you are.
God help him.
Yes, you are.
We're just so blessed and thankful for all of you that have joined in with us on tonight. We're just so grateful. Going beyond the vows, y'all. We're learning some things about ourselves. We're learning some things about how to be married, how to stay married. Just like I said earlier, I wish I would have known a lot of stuff back then that I know now, but hey, I'm here now, and just never too late to learn and to do better and to be better.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just so glad I get to do this with you, Will.
Yeah,
I am so glad because I couldn't think of anybody else I could do this with.
Exactly.
And we've been through a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm just so grateful.
And make sure you check us out at beyondthevows.skstTV@gmail.com. Okay, beyondthevows.skstTV@gmail.com. Send us a message. Call us 757-391-4352. We'll be waiting for your emails. Okay, and don't forget, if you want a podcast, just check out this Cammy Grayson show. But not the show. She has a beautiful show. Oh, Cammy got a great show.
Yes, she
You
does.
got it.
Absolutely.
You got to get SKS TV. You can find us on Facebook. You can find us on YouTube. And just tune in to all the great shows, all the great podcasts that are a part of the SKST TV family of podcasters. Podcasting is really getting big. Anyway, I want to send out condolences. We may not always have agreed with his politics, with his methods, but Senator Lindsey Graham just suddenly passed away. And I heard somebody today saying God has a way of always getting people. I don't subscribe to that. No death is, where you cheer and, get happy and stuff. So we send our condolences out to the senator's family. His sister's not going to take over his seat.
Oh, wow.
Until there's another election.
That's good.
And the balance of power is it's really getting crazy. Gas prices are going back up and everything. So it's really something else. And don't forget, deafchildhope.org. Deafchildhope.org. Go there and sponsor one of those great children. We're on a mission to get 1,000 children sponsored by the end of the year. We're working on it. We're going to keep talking about it. And we want you to help us to help these beautiful children who are not only in poverty, but they are deaf. Okay? They are deaf. So please find it in your heart to do that. Okay? And before we close, I got one more.
Oh, Lord.
What is Forrest Gump's password?
I don't know.
One, Forrest, one.
Let's see what I got to deal with every day.
Listen, guys, join us again next week here at Beyond the Vows from the beautiful city of Virginia Beach, Virginia.
We got a special guest coming next week.
We do? Oh,
The bishop, the pastor.
oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, if you say so. All right. Well, we look forward to that. Okay. We love you, and nothing you can do about it. Check us out. Peace.
Some kind of way.